Alright, we are alive. I appreciate it, Ash. I've been stretching a lot lately, and I'm not sure why. A lot more than usual.
Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased. Passing 200 meters. Oxygen efficiency greatly decreased.
Who needs oxygen? I have a submarine. Okay. Totally didn't just realize there is... I think I have marble melons down here somewhere? If I don't, and that's the only plants food thing I do not have down here.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
All systems are on. Just rent these down into titanium. Do I have any lithium? I have some.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
There it is. Really, that doesn't affect the structural integrity of the base? I thought they did. Well, that's nice. I might have to offset these two a little bit. There we go. Plant 2 more lantern fruit trees. Okay, we can fit 4 bulbo tree samples. I'm actually going to go grab those. So at this point, kind of just waiting for people to get here so we can actually discuss the lore of the game, because I really like this game. I know a lot about its lore. There might still be some parts I don't know, but I don't know what I don't know. You know, there are known knowns, and then there are known unknowns, and then there are unknown unknowns, which these are. Things that I don't know that I don't know. Oh no, titanium, whatever shall I do? Oh, that's it, guys. Game's over. Don't have any titanium. Throw the cave sulfur in there. And the table coral samples. There we go. Put the water in water storage. Why is my Cyclops tilted? What's lithium am I sitting on? 2? Enough to build the last 2 of these. .40 hull strength. Actually, move these over to these storage compartments. Yeah, I'll need to also look around for those seeds. I know I have Chinese potatoes somewhere. Where? Great question. I might have to go back up for some. I don't want to, but... I should also plant some bulb bushes, because those actually give really good water, and they give just water. Oh, I have titanium still. It's quartz I ran out of. They're very much self-sustaining down here. Like, if I don't build anything else, I could just live down here for forever. Until the heat death of the universe. Or old age, or I die of old age, whichever comes first. Yes, marble melons. I'd like to know why this keeps tilting. Like, is there a weight system in this game? Let's also plant sea crowns. Yeah, it's like, That's definitely tilted.
Engine powering up.
Okay, my tail is nearly touching the roof, but that's fine.
Powering down.
Hello, sir. I do not think you're supposed to be in the submarine. I think I found out what the problem is. Oh, no one ever accused Rays of intelligence. That's right, I was doing things outside. They're definitely going to be putting lots of grow beds of sea crowns around just because it said they were basically extinct, so let's fix that.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Oh, come on. Really? That refreshes the... Okay. Let's just... Also, I love how the plant pots are a quarter of a grow bed, basically. They take half the titanium. And also you can put 4 small marble melons in each. There we go. Okay, so we've got those plants growing, that's nice. Oh, I forgot I have bulble tree over here. Pure water. Hey, Koopa. I need more quartz. And also, stop pressing escape. So I figured today we'd be discussing lore, like if anyone had any questions about the lore that I might be able to answer, questions I won't be able to answer, questions I might not be able to answer yet,
Welcome aboard, Captain.
because we're currently working under the assumption that below zero does not exist, therefore any lore revelations coming from that I will not reveal. Coming. Plus 1 quartz. Okay, so I can build 5 of them. More quartz. Fair. That's where I'm like, questions that you might be able to ask about like things in this game have answers in below 0, but I will not be answering them with those answers. I don't have any examples, and if I did, that would be telling, so. Just dropping some lockers around. Filling this entire compartment with food and drink. Yeah, if you have any questions pertaining to the lore of Subnautica, now is definitely the time. I mean, so is tomorrow, and like, there's no bad time, but you get what I'm trying to say. Some small lockers to fill with chips and coffee. So I am going to need to make a... fabricator, there it is. So I still don't actually have one of those down here, aside from the one in Monstro. That's weird, this is like set off the wall a bit. Oh my god, I realized those mugs have Subnautica on them. After I fill these up, we will be heading to that facility I mentioned yesterday. The one I said we'd go to today. Well, the coffee one's actually going to take a while, so let's just head there. fairly certain I remember the way.
Engine powering up.
Can even see them swimming about from up here. Obviously, these lights are actually going to cause light pollution down here. We'll be following these architect pillars to that.
This alien structure appears to have collapsed to the sea floor.
Hi, Warper. You're not going to bother me anymore. I should remember to turn the engine off.
Engine powering down.
I don't remember if I can take the prawn in there, but we're going to find out.
Detecting an alien broadcast. Linguistic analysis reads, caution, hazardous materials and life forms contained within.
That's why we're here. I want this Warper to warp back. There he is. Hello, Warper. You're not going to bother me anymore. Not a fan of me? That's okay. I'm not either. I'm just glad my jump jets can't refill while I'm clinging to something. I can tell you the entrance is not up here. Sadly, it's only warpers that are not hostile anymore. Nothing else's hostility levels have changed. There's the entrance. for scans of these, huh?
Interior
Amoeboids.
walls in this section are substantially reinforced, indicating the designers were seeking either to keep something out or contain it within. Whatever their intention, it clearly failed.
¿Por qué no los dos? What kind of tablet do I need for this? Purple. Okay. Where the hell did I leave Monstro? Also drive him over there towards the entrance. What are you screaming at, sir?
Welcome aboard, Captain. All systems online.
I should really stop saying that because I am a very vocal not fan of male being the assumed default. The reasons that should be fairly obvious.
Engine powering up. Engine powering down.
Alright, I ate some lantern fruits already, so we'll be fine. Do I have any water? Oh, I mean, the monster is right there. Right, that's what I was doing. Duh. Me remember what I'm doing? That's impossible. I'm pretty sure I still have a purple tablet somewhere. That's not in any of those. Now my Cyclops is slanting forward. I don't know what caused that. There it is. Hi, sir. Could have just said I need to stop doing that. Oh. Well, that's why. No. Floaters and Cyclopses do not fucking mix. Did you put them on there? Now we can lower this alien barrier. Specimen research data.
EDA data.
Well, it's unlikely the Emperor is still contained within the facility. Well, as unlikely as it is, she was still there. That used to be containment. Yeah, I can scan this egg. Oh, those are sea dragon eggs. Chemically sterilized. Well, that's rude. Various race specimens. Oh, their flesh is poisonous. Wonderful. That's lovely. Let's walk Susano over here. Can't fit through that door, but that's fine. Oh yeah, that's just that pedestal. So, no lore questions? Actually, mildly surprising. Bones. Just literally various rib cages. What? From what animals? Great question. Huh. Can't scan those. Ah, yes, fecking lava leeches. I don't remember if I have those scanned.
Integrating new PDA data.
And this damage report details how the Kara bacterium infected the planet. You are a large boy. Again with the male thing. I do not like English. Killed on the spot considering what the last report said. The ancestor of the sand shark.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
I don't think there's anything. I don't look like there's anything else in there.
Residual biological evidence suggests indigenous life forms were brought to this location and subjected to intensive study.
And here's where they were building warpers. Before everything went shitways. Yes, warpers are cyborgs. Entirely artificial creatures. using DNA from creatures that, well, just don't exist here.
Data pertaining to the bacterium is being downloaded. Caution. Detecting atypical fluctuations in blood plasma proteins. A self-scan is strongly advised.
So that's actually not valid anymore. That's... You're normally supposed to
Self-scan
find
complete.
that before being
Vital
cured.
signs normal. No remaining sign of bacterial infection.
That's the trigger for the final stage of the bacterium, where you have glowing green pustules on your hands and it looks all disgusting and you don't look great. But I've already been cured. I don't think there's anything else to scan in here. So yes, this facility, they had taken sea dragon eggs, like this one, in order to research, well, the sea dragons. Not the greatest plan because an angry sea dragon mother followed them back, slammed into one of the supports for this thing, and brought it crashing down, which released the Carabacterium. Because, well, containment broke. They were initially looking for a cure for said bacterium, but, well, the facility you're using to try and make a cure kinda gets destroyed. It's not a great time. Come on. Up. There we go, Maglock.
Welcome aboard, Captain. All systems online.
Yeah, I'm not actually sure where those floaters came from. Although that does explain the tilting.
Engine powering up.
That's not how reversing works. I mean, I guess it might be how it works in a submarine, although I still doubt it. I mean, it might be able to work like that in a submarine, but I would assume most submarines are rigged so it works like reversing and everything else works just to make it simpler for the pilots. Or, in this case, the helmsman. I already passed it, didn't I? I either already passed it or it's right there. Yeah, I've definitely passed it. Yeah. Not a fan of how reversing works in this. There we go. I guess we had to went a bit farther than I thought we did. Ah, yes, fish.
Engine powering down.
Okay, now check up on these plants. I have no plans to go back to the surface tonight. Okay, so these are always pygmies. You get 5 seeds from a sea crown. So, naturally, we'll 5 more grow beds. Wait, fabricators that cheap? I mean, I guess, well, yeah, it makes sense because fabricators are really, like, stupid early game. I just don't know where my stable coral samples are. There's one. I think we have a few titanium laying around.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Now that's cursed. And I just realized my webcam covers my power outputs thing. Oh well. I don't super need to know it. Because this nuclear reactor could keep the space going. If I built it day one, it'd still be going right now. Right, my inventory's full of titanium. Does it have to be so fucking bright? There we go. Okay. Still need to fill out these last two planters. Chinese potatoes are actually pretty nice. I mean, no, not really. That's not. No. There are 2 islands, thank you, and 3 known. Well, okay. 2 islands, 2 transgovs, and 1 hypergalactic empire. But there isn't any water in space. Also, there isn't any water on the islands. Plural. Because there's 2 of them. So I think I had some more seeds to put in there. I said there's no water in space. Also, we don't know yet. We don't. Well, how's the Empire survive? We actually know how the Empire survives. They didn't. There was. There isn't anymore. Ah, fruit. I really should eat more fruit. You would assume that, wouldn't you? That's really all you can do at this point, is assume we know nothing but the Empire. Aside from they are very dead. Mostly because they weren't the most intelligent at certain things. Like, don't steal eggs from an angry mama sea dragon. I mean, okay, I shouldn't say they're all dead. We don't know if they're all dead. Because this is not the only planet they were researching cures for the disease on. Otherwise, it called disease if there's a bacterium. As non-serious as these statements are, they are also the only lore things that have been discussed tonight. I knew joke, and well, admittedly, it doesn't really do environmental storytelling like the king of environmental storytelling. I mean, there's still a lot of shit laying around for you to find. I guess you can harvest those 3 times each. Like, for example, what that is. Because logistically, that thing is terrifying. It is the Cove Tree, yes. But I mean, it's not just a tree. I can't scan it because I already have. But I don't think this looks like just a tree. Like, I am actually being serious here. Like, I do want to have actual discussions about the lore tonight. That was the entire plan for tonight. Because I love this game, I love the lore of this game. I'm surprised that it's still being updated, honestly, like with those. Well, that's why you do the part with the question asking. Because I know a lot, if not quite everything there is to know. I'm not gonna say I know everything, because I will freely admit there are probably things I don't know. Unknown unknowns. But yes, that is why questions were invented. So that was the Sunbeam, and that has already happened. It got shot down by the quarantine enforcement platform. That actually happened quite a while ago. That happens fairly early on in the game. Yep, I have actually deactivated... Well, I haven't deactivated it. Huh. I should go do that. I just want a piece of loose titanium. Thank you. Okay. I mean, that's what, again, questions are for. Yes, it is possible to deactivate the quarantine enforcement platform, and that is actually a thing I should do because I forgot to do that yesterday. Like, I didn't even think to do that. Right, so I need to actually make them. Like, well, what things specifically? Like, I can't tell you exactly what to ask about without just turning this into a lesson, but like... I mean, you've seen lots of stuff around.
Engine powering up.
Like, I can't just tell you what to ask about, because otherwise that's just, you know, Subnautica 101 with Professor Emily. Yes, she is neat to look at. We have met in this run all but one of the Leviathan-class organisms. What the fuck? Huh. The one we have not met is an herbivorous species known as the sea treaders. I'd have to go back up to the surface to meet them. They actually are pretty neat, though. I mean, I guess if you need some example questions like, who built Weird Base? Why green pustules? Why quarantine? Answers like, why crush depth only affects submarines and not the human body, I do not... Why the fuck did I just do that? Questions like that, I do not have answers to. Besides gameplay reasons, that's really the only answer. Or questions like, what the fuck are those things? Sonar. Like, I don't want this just become me just telling everything about the game. Like, I want tonight to be, people asking questions, me answering them, like, community engagement, people learning. Correct. The other life pods from the Aurora, and then the Degassi, which is the group that you can find the derelict bases of. well, the derelicts, some of the derelict bases. The ones that don't look weird. Degassi. In fact, actually, spelled like this. Yes, I'm aware I haven't looked at most of the shit in my data bank. They're not blueprints. Survival package data downloads? Degassi, like that. I guess for context, Degassi was a ship that had been shot down previously, before the Aurora was even anywhere near this area. They were on the way, so... Sure. They were on the way to deliver one of the Degassi members, Bart Torgal, to, I think it was a mining colony, to act as basically But on the way there, they passed by 4546B. The quarantine enforcement platform was not a huge fan of that and unexisted them. And then the Degassi's story is told throughout the game through various data things, and well, it's not a pretty one. They are all dead. I don't know why that's doing that. That's weird. Okay, we're almost back to the PCF. This is not a free lunch for lava leeches, thank you. Go away. Huh, we haven't seen Huey, Dewey, or Louie. Huh. I haven't even heard any of them. I might have heard Huey? I don't remember. I haven't heard Dewey or Louie. For context, names given to the trio of sea dragons by the community.
Engine powering down.
Yes, I am here to answer any and all questions that I can actually answer about this game. For all of that, the quickest way back up to the QEP is down through here. through the Empress's containment. Oh, there's still Enzyme 42 here. Hello, Warper. What is that? Oh, that really... that's a Cyclops engine fragment. Rude. I think it was actually right over here? No? I'm trying to remember the way to the control panel. That's a teleporter. Is it up here? So, nothing else? No random curiosities about the game? Like, literally, if not sure what to ask, just ask first thing that come to mind. I'm trying to not be pushy, it's just, you know, intend for lore discussion. And then it doesn't. Fish grow big. Like, there's actually not really a lore explanation for Leviathans themselves, just fish grow big. Larger Leviathans. In fact, actually, some smaller creatures evolved from Leviathan-sized organisms. Oh, this is cool. The facility is shut down. Like the sand sharks. Do you mind? The sand sharks and biters have a common evolutionary ancestor that is a Leviathan, which we actually scanned just a bit ago. Scan data? Let's get rid of these. Indigenous life forms. Deceased. Remains of research specimen. Species have likely gone extinct and its evolutionary relatives, so either this thing is the ancestor of biters and sand sharks, or it has a common ancestor with them. However, due to its size and the fact that it is extinct, I choose to believe that that is the ancestor. As for the other Leviathans, there is a non-zero chance that some of them evolved from the Lost Titan, which is the deceased owner of the rib cage that we can find. Yeah, so did I. It was a lot better when it was on. Yes, evolution is just not really a thing we know a lot about in this game. There's just very little information on how things evolved, and hello, that's a lot of Enzyme 42, and that was a Reaper. I'm leaving. I mean, I was leaving anyway, but... Oh, I mean the thing that did the, like, what are you? Like, let's actually... Voice log. Why does it? Well, I'm looking at her. That was the Empress. She wants our help hatching her, well, eggs, which we did. And she apparently knows the magic of phasing. And to come down here to actually contact her and get the secrets of the hatching enzymes required to hatch Emperor eggs. We do that because sea emperors are the only source of enzyme 42, which is the only cure to the Kara bacterium. Only known cure, that is. Because the requirements for hatching them no longer exist in nature, thanks to the outbreak of the Kara bacterium, and also her being trapped here. We don't know how long it's been since they've existed in nature, because I had to make an artificial hatching enzyme out of plants from halfway across the planet, sir? And one extremely rare plant that is almost extinct. There is only about 6 specimens left in the wild, and 2 or 3 of them are in the Empress's own containment. I've actually started planting them over at my base in order to assist with conservation efforts. While there's no mechanical thing for that in the game, I like the thoughts. The only downside is that they're all the way down here in the Lost River. I should actually... well, Ghostweed was a factor, so I guess there's nothing stopping an Emperor from coming down to the Lost River, using it as their hatching grounds. I went the wrong way. What is that? Oh, it's an Emperor's egg sac, okay. Oh. I apparently have never went this direction. Hey, Babby Sea Emperor. Ow. Eh, who needs legs? Yeah, she needed help hatching her eggs because the conditions for hatching them did not exist in nature, and especially did not exist in her containment. And she couldn't exactly leave.
Captain, all systems online.
Much better.
Engine powering up.
And no, she is not asleep in there, she is actually dying. She has, through sheer force of will alone, outlived the normal lifespan of her species. She is roughly 1,600 years old. She wasn't going to let herself die until she saw her eggs hatched. Now that they're hatched, and there are now 5 new sea emperors roaming the waters, she's okay. Well, not okay, but she can die happy. She's also entirely sapient, which is interesting. And of course, as you've seen, telepathic. I'm not sure if there's an upper range to the limit of her telepathy. If there is, it is not demonstrable in the game. Oh hey, I think that's Huey. Hi Huey. Where are your brothers? Yep, that's Huey. Yeah, where are your brothers? I didn't see them down there. Are they alright? Have to wait for the submarine to settle and not be vertical. I guess I don't need to wait, but... And due to how they look, there is speculated that sea dragons and sea emperors share a common evolutionary ancestor, though while the sea emperor is extremely intelligent and telepathic, the sea dragon can just spit fireballs underwater and is honestly pretty fucking stupid. What? It's the truth! Don't you roar at me. Yeah, the Empress is really neat. I really like her. It's a shame she has to die, but, well, again, she did well, I shouldn't say vastly, we don't actually... Do we know the lifespan of an Emperor?
Engine powering down.
I wasn't able to scan her, which annoys me, but... Terminal data, there we go. Research data. Yeah, extensive internal and external scar tissue suggests that it lived well in excess of the peak lifespan for its species. Also, specimen size categories had to be adjusted upward to accommodate the Sea Emperor. Without being able to scan her, I honestly don't know why I can't scan her. Pretty sure it's a bug with experimental version, honestly. I don't know if it is known what the normal lifespan for an Emperor is. However, I do know that they get very large very quickly. If you couldn't tell, the Emperors are one of my favorite parts of this game. All it always brings to mind, she does say that the architects couldn't hear her, and I'm really not sure why. I'm hoping that gets expanded on in the third game, because that is actually never mentioned in the second game, because in the second game, well, you don't really learn much about that. It's really just how that begins and ends. There's an entirely new slew of Leviathans, so the Empress and her children aren't even mentioned. Also, since Riley, the player character whose name is actually canonically Riley Robinson, since he helped hatch the eggs, and unless species on this planet can reproduce asexually, there is no male emperor to be found. Does that mean he's technically the father of the emperor species now? Also, one of the other reasons I'm looking forward to getting into Below Zero next week is female player character. Okay, I guess now there'll be more building of storage and organization. I'll need to start pulling up mods again and figuring out how to get the mod loader to work for Below Zero so I can have everything prepped for Monday.
Engine powering down.
Yeah, anything else? Like, as long as it can be explained within the bounds of the first Subnautica game, questions are fair game. Any information that can only be explained with lore uncovered by Below Zero will not be answered. Or will be answered with, I don't know. Because we are currently operating under the assumption that does not exist, because we're going to be going through this whole thing again in Below Zero, where hunting down lore, exploring the story. You know, friendly to first-time viewers of the game. It is technically still sulfur. I am going to miss the Cyclops, though. Like, I get why it's down Below Zero. I'm still gonna miss it. Well, this doesn't look good. I also legitimately don't know how this could have happened. When I left, I had like a whole strength of 39.
Integrity restored.
Draining
What the
system
fuck happened?
initiated.
Did I like smack the place with my submarine? So draining sequence initiated, you say? That sounds like a bold-faced lie. Actually, oh no, there's that upper parts that keep forgetting exists. There's no actual way to access it anymore.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Yeah, I planned on this being a pseudo-observatory with each of the walls being glass, but at this point, considering it would be convoluted to even connect up to the rest of the base now, I don't think I'll be doing that. Like, the easiest way would, well, ladder up from here, bring it that way. Yeah, okay, I can do that. Okay, see, that just takes a while because there's a lot of water to drain. I'm not honestly sure where the fuck it's placing it. I'm not going to ask those kind of questions. Hello, Level. How's your night been? How goes the fighting with databases?
Welcome aboard, Captain. All systems online.
Oh, fun. That's, not great. I mean, at least the databases are cooperating? Question mark? Ladder. There we go. Yeah, I know the feeling. Okay. Unless you might move the bedroom up here? Well, then what do I turn that other one into? Yeah, fun. That's the word we'll use. I'm just sitting here, attempting to host a lore discussion. Because I do love the lore of this game. Why is my Cyclops that high up? Huh. It's always hard to judge distance in the Cyclops, honestly. The thing is massive and it feels smaller than it is. That's a whole fucking thing. Like, I was reading what's being added in that. Like, it's so much shit. I was half considering ripping out all my mods and playing a vanilla game again. Almost. I'm definitely going to be ripping out a few, because, dear God. Honestly, my next run's probably going to be mostly vanilla once I get biotech. With just some quality of life mods and maybe some mods that actually add shit that I like Orasins. But yeah, that's... oh fucking boy. Like, couple that with the fact that Tynan is the kind of guy to announce something and then tell us it's coming out within the month. God, I wish I had the grid snap mod right now. That is definitely a mod I'm getting below 0. I mean, my wallet's not nearly as hyped for it as I am, but I've got a bit of spare money. Especially for a game I've sunk so many hours into. So let me place the locker. That's a few lockers. Fair. What do I need for a drunken sailor? For that thing. Copper wire? Jeez, that's gonna be a lot of copper. Why does the light have to be so fucking bright? Don't really need the seat light at the moment. Ah, food variety. All edible types of land food in one room. Right, that's what I was going to do. Computer, show me copper. Let's clean out this quartz and titanium so I can hold more copper. I mean, I know there's a decent amount of copper in here, but I'll be making signs for all those. You're not just remembering. See, I wonder, can I fit a smaller locker above those? The answer's probably what the fuck, no. Yeah, that's what I thought. Another mod I wish I had was for the swim glide fins. There's a mod that lets them recharge everything in your inventory. Yes, I'm aware I'm talking about mods a lot. I like mods. Mods do lots of cool things. Rare, nearly to the point of extinction? I'm working on it. 4 full grow beds, which means that that's 24 of them. Which has already multiplied how many exist in the world. Now, do grow beds cannot do work like that? Fuck no. Do I care? Fuck no. Specimens of anything bred in captivity typically don't do well in the wild. I still don't have the jump jet upgrades. Yeah, and in which case, like, that's just artificial ecosystem at that point. I've forgotten how slow that is. Only one drill arm. So much copper. People say copper ore is hard to find. I mean, just get a scanner room and a prawn suit with drill arms, and you're good. Like, you can get to where I currently am with no prawn suit depth upgrades. And I do enjoy how they updated it so that spent ore deposits like that no longer show up on the scanner. Because that really fucking irritated me before, when I was doing titanium. Anyway, you probably played this game about as much as I have level, so you probably know about as much as I do about it. So I can't pressure you to start asking more questions. Oh really? Okay, I didn't know you hadn't actually done the story. And everything I know is from, well, almost everything I know is from after that. Because this is gonna be my third, I think, like, absolute full playthrough of the game. So, they were here, like, I don't know, like, why they were here originally. Like, I think this was actually just a border world of the precursor, or, well, Architect Empire. They established research facilities here in order to attempt to combat the Carabacterium, of which we don't actually know the origin of the Carabacterium, but it was plaguing the precursor empire and eventually actually killed basically fucking all of them, which it was a massive galaxy-spanning empire, but they were here to research a cure for it, and they almost found it. That right there is actually what used to be the disease research facility. They were on the right track, but they could not figure out how to get the Leviathan eggs to hatch, because the conditions for that no longer existed in nature due to the Carabacterium. At least, I'm assuming due to the Carabacterium. I don't actually know. A computer. Why did those nearly go extinct? Yes, I'm aware I have 108 unread messages. Go away. Yeah, it doesn't say. Oh, we're to the point of extinction. So actually, these are considered extinct. How we fix that is reaching the Sea Empress. I call her the Empress because female voice. She's just an adult Sea Emperor. Communicating with her, she gave us the recipe to create artificial hatching enzymes, which we actually use to hatch the eggs. Hatching the eggs let 5 baby new Sea Emperors out into the wild, which began to produce Enzyme 42, the only known cure for the Carabacterium. I'm actually cured. Like, I did that last stream. I got cured. I forgot to turn off the QEP. I did that earlier, so the gun is actually disabled now. Which means workers will no longer bother me because they are only around to enforce quarantine. But quarantine no longer needs to enforce. So yes, on planet 4546b at least, the Carabacterium has been cured. And swish. It's actually entirely intentional. The warpers are really interesting. I've actually scanned them. Pop back into Susano here. Da-da-da. Technically they're fauna, technically they're carnivores. So here's what you get from scanning them. However, there are actually 2 scans for the warpers. Self-warping quarantine enforcer units. Biomechanical organisms created by the architects specifically for the purposes of keeping this planet under quarantine. They were designed to murder anything sapient. I would assume sapient because they don't go around murdering random fish. That is affected with the carobacterium. They are also connected to the greater power network the architects made here, which allows them to do their signature warping. So yep, they exist to enforce quarantine. Entirely made of DNA specimens not native to this planet, native to elsewhere in the Architect Empire.
Engine powering up.
Not at all.
Powering down.
They have no relation whatsoever to crab squids. Like, if we could go here again, where was it? Warper parts. Contain DNA from organisms, well, largely originating off-world. Okay, so I can't say they have no relation to crab squids, but they have no confirmed relation to crab squids. I obviously have not scanned and will not scan a crab squids.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
But warping technology was just a thing known by the architects. It has nothing to do with the crab squid's innate ability to somehow fucking EMP your submarines. Oh, I'm not salty. I have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah, I'd say that's a few more than 6. Let's actually drink water. Yeah, both me and Riley are actually gonna drink water. Where the fuck did I put my water? All of the members of the crew of the Degassi are presumed dead. I say presumed because we have not found the corpses of any of them. We know Bart has apparently died at the top of the floater island. Paul Torgal is assumed to be the one in the trailer, so he got eaten by a crab squids. And last was known about Margarita, she was fighting a Reaper, so... I mean... we don't know anything else about her, so assumed dead. Where's it Margaret? Yeah, Margaret Maida. Not Marguerite. So I've actually been sleeping on Chinese potatoes. Food of 12. Sign. You can tell it's a sign because it says sign. Three of these will be titanium. I mean, that would not be very comfortable now. Like, I guess the main reason I haven't been using them is because, well, the trees are, like, zero fucking maintenance, whereas you do have to replant the potatoes eventually. I think. Alright, Night Ash, I appreciate you stopping by. Copper, silver, gold, diamond, B. Lead. Let's see. Lithium, if I could spell lithium. No, I don't need two signs on top of each other. I do wish I could just put the sign on the fucking locker, but no. Magnetites. Nickel. Yes, I'm aware I actually have 5 fucking things of titanium in here. Yes, screw the Degassi. Unconfirmed, but presumed dead. To confirm, we have to actually find their corpses, and, well, they've been eaten. Kind of hard to find something that something ate. Okay. I didn't know I could do that. I don't really need that, but thanks. Let's actually pin that recipe. No, don't pin that recipe. Let's pin that recipe because it'll tell me how much copper wire I have. I was not aware sulfur could form crystalline structures until this game, but I was also not aware lithium could exist in a stable state underwater, either. We'll leave those in there. The base basically exists as overflow for the Cyclops. Yeah, I mean, that is basically game magic. Either that, or there's some kind of stable isotope. But finding enough of a certain isotope like that is just not really feasible. It might be. Although that doesn't explain why, when you go to drill a lithium deposit, it doesn't explode. Because, you know, you're literally drilling chunks of lithium off of it. So there aren't any stable any oxide-stable isotopes of lithium? Okay. Not oxide, I guess it's probably reacted with the hydrogen, so yeah. There aren't any isotopes that are stable in water? That's... I was just assuming there might have been, that's what that's supposed to be, but... That's fair. So chalk up to game logic, then. And also, like, how else are they going to have you get lithium without it only existing on fecking 2 islands? Or really the 1 island, because the other one used to be at the bottom of the goddamn ocean. Ah yes, chemistry, one of the parts that I actually was even mildly interested in. And then I had to take geometry. And then I was no longer interested. I do not want to do equations, I want to do science!
Welcome aboard, Captain. All systems online.
Concentrates in stone in small concentrations. I guess. Like, it's not actually a chunk of pure lithium you're grabbing, it's just a chunk of common stone with traces of lithium inside it. The actual answer is, of course, the part where the game devs didn't really think about that. And, you know, lead does just a little bit more than insulate against radiation. That's right, the salt is back on the base. Yeah, delicious. Delicious, delicious carcinogens. Is there anything else to charge? Very nutritious. It will keep you alive for the rest of your life. And okay, I'm aware it doesn't actually act that quickly, but still. I was more so meaning, you know, alive long enough for the cancer to kill you, but...
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Throw all the batteries in there. Leaving this to batteries. Actually, what kind of battery are you using? You are using ion, you're just burning through power. Oh wow, I did not realize what time it is. Okay. Well, looking at the time, considering I just built that, that's a good place to end it tonight. Little disappointed we didn't get a ton into lore tonight, but we did have some lore discussions, so I'll consider that satisfied. Tomorrow, we will be launching the Neptune escape rockets. Well, and, building it. Yeah, we still need to build it. So, thank you all for coming. I hope to see you tomorrow for all of that. And next week for Below Zero. I'm really looking forward to that.